So, over to you. What can you do? So, I use two things. So the idea of mindfulness, that present moment stuff, I ask many of my athletes, if not all, to use one of these two apps. Smiling Mind is an Australian mindfulness app. It's very good. It's got some sport-specific stuff. It's free. Headspace is, there's two Headspaces. One is the Australian National Mental Health, Youth Mental Health Service. Actually, that's not the one. The one I look at is a mindfulness app based in the UK. Very good. It has a paywall after 10 sessions, but the first 10 sessions are exceptionally good. So I tell my athletes to get on that because I can't do everything with my athletes. There isn't enough time, but they can go away and learn things without me. Okay? So I send them there to learn some basic skills around paying attention, about being aware of your body, about being able to be aware of your thoughts, and those kind of things. Some love it, some hate it. I don't care, do it anyway. Ask questions. Ask questions about the things that make a difference. So this question, what is your mind telling you? The voice inside your head, right? Everybody's got one. Most people have two. You can kind of carry on a debate with yourself. Right? That voice, that's what I want to know. What is your mind telling you? What's that voice saying? Oh, if you get to three voices is a bit odd. 4 or 5, you should seek help. What are you noticing? I ask people consistently, what are you noticing about your body? What are you noticing about the sensations you've got? What are you noticing about the environment you're in? What are all these things? Okay. How do they impact you? Because a big part of what you notice is when it's uncomfortable, you want to get rid of it. We are, as humans, exceptionally good problem solvers. It's not raining today. Okay? But if I was outside and it started raining, I solve that problem very well. I put up an umbrella, I put on a jacket, I come inside, I do that great. But there might be a reason to stay out in the rain. I'm watching somebody play football and, well, I can't do it from inside the building. So if I'm willing to endure it, then I might do it. We're pretty much the same when it comes to uncomfortable feelings. We like to solve the problem of uncomfortable feelings on the inside, the butterflies. We'll do things to get rid of them. But actually, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just have to say, actually, I'm gonna wear this feeling. I'm gonna wear this heart rate that's beating out of my chest because what I'm doing is important to me. What's important? Are you willing to experience whatever it is, to do whatever it is? Ask those questions. Help people become aware of what it is that they're actually trying to do. Well, I'm trying to get rid of the anxiety. I'm trying to avoid shame. Shame and embarrassment are huge emotions. Thoughts, uncomfortable. Now we only get the shame and the embarrassment when we do something, okay? But the fear of those emotions is very strong. Okay? Well, what do you use it? Keep asking those questions. Tap into the values. What do you want to be? Do you want to be somebody who pushes yourself? Yeah, right, good. Well, let's go and do it then. Yeah, you might have some doubts. Great. All those kind of things. Ask those questions. And then challenge them. Put your athletes in places that push them outside their comfort zone. Do it in a way that is not hidden necessarily. This session is going to be a hard session. Tell them, but don't back off it. And when they start to wobble towards the end, when it gets hard, remind them, no, this session is hard. You have to push through that. That's what this is about. Because the activities you do, they work the mental skills. The gamification bit is around, if you can set up challenges that do this so it's fun, then go for it. Okay? I watched my sons or my daughters, I can't remember which, do some hockey training, and the coach wants them to learn to pass. Okay? But he still sets up 2 goals at the end and scores. So as soon as there's 2 goals at the end and there's scoring, the passing is not of interest. We're about the goals. So whatever you set the scoring up to be, whatever you set the goals up to be, people will respond to that. Okay? If you set the challenge up to be something that pushes them into an uncomfortable place, then they will respond to that type of thing. If you get a point for something, whatever it is, then go for it. If the point is about continually pushing yourself to more PBs, then people will go for those points. To do continually better PBs, then you have to go where you haven't gone before, which is what you want to do. So, 2 things: learn and change, take chances. Some coaches tend to coach the way they were coached. I have recently had experience with diving and met 2 coaches in diving, and they both seem to coach the same way. And when I ask a question, well, it's a very Chinese style because that's the divers we had when we were growing up. Okay, it's becoming a bit obvious, but do things differently. Take some chances. Some might fail. Remember that bridge at the start? That's when you learn, not when you just do what you've always done. And then focus on helping your athletes learn these 3 things: awareness of what they're going through, acceptance of what it is, and what it is that they want to take action with. I assume most of you coach young people. If they can learn those 3 things in sport, they can actually apply them to a lot of things outside of sport. They can take it to their studies. It is magnificent to apply to procrastination. Because procrastination is just, I'll simplify it. I'll make it sound simple, but procrastination is essentially an element where you know you have to do something, so you know what the committed action is, but there's something about that task that becomes uncomfortable. Either I don't know what it is that I'm trying to do, I don't have the clear pathway, it's difficult, whatever it is. And because I'm uncomfortable with that, I go and do something that is much more comfortable. I watch TV, I eat, whatever it is, whatever your weapon is. To get past procrastination, you have to recognise what it is that is there, what it is that is difficult, what the thoughts are, what the feelings are. Accept it. Well, this is, and actually get around to taking action. So if you can teach people this, they can apply it in a lot of different domains.